Why can't my kid remember? They remembered yesterday, so why can't they remember today? I think they're doing it on purpose because they know it upsets me. My kid's smart. I don't think they really forgot. Sound familiar? ADHD kids and teens' brains are wired differently, and that's okay. It just means they may need a different strategy to help them with their memory recall. Hi and hello! Welcome to Nurturing Youth Counseling. I'm Colette, a licensed professional counselor, partnering with you in your child's social and emotional development. I answer questions about children's mental health and provide skills that I've shared, both in private practice and with my own children. Come journey along with me on this roller coaster ride of life that we call parenting. When we're talking about memory, ADHD kids and teens have problems with their episodic memory. This is the ability to learn, store, and remember information. It's important to note they can learn, they can store, and they can remember. It's just that their brains are wired differently, so their way of storing and retrieving information may be different. When we experience and categorize a memory, it usually has an emotion associated with it. The stronger that emotion, the easier it is to retrieve from our memory. The more we can link past memories to current ones, the stronger the connection becomes, and the easier it is to recall it later. An example of this is if I ask you about November 2nd, 2023. Unless something specific happened to you on that day, it was probably a pretty routine day, meaning there were no strong emotions associated with it, making it more difficult to remember from other days. But if I were to ask you about September 11th, 2001, March 20th, 2020, or January 6th, 2021, you would probably have a different response, as many of us have stronger emotions, making them easier to stand out and recall. We also may have additional experiences with these memories that have strengthened the connection in our brains, causing these memories to be more easily recalled. The same is true for your ADHD child or teen. You could ask them about a camp they attended in the summer, and they thought it was awesome. It was the greatest experience. But you ask them in January if they want to go again, they respond, I don't know, it was boring. When they categorize this experience in their memory, they may have coded it with a different emotion or no emotion at all. This makes the memory a little more bland and less likely to stand out among other days, which means they have difficulty recalling the excitement of those days, all those months ago. So, if your ADHD child or teen has difficulty remembering things, ask yourself these questions. Is there anything exceptional about the experience? Something that stands out to your child that could be used for recall to that memory? Is there an emotion that could be paired with it? If so, identify and name it. What past experiences can you remind them of and use to link with this current experience in order to build a stronger connection for recall later on? What tools or supports can be put in place to help your child or teen remember? An example of what these questions may look like in practice. The last time you had a project due, you waited until the night before to do it. Do you remember staying up late and feeling rushed to get it done? I know you were grumpy the next morning because you had to stay up so late and didn't really have time to relax or hang out with friends. Afterward, you told me you didn't feel so great because you feel like you had rushed the project and you felt like you could have done a better job. You also told me you were embarrassed when you presented because you noticed you weren't as prepared as some of your friends. Now you have another project due this week. Do you have any thoughts on how you're going to do things differently so you can feel better afterwards? I know you feel proud and accomplished when you're able to carve out enough time to do things without feeling rushed. Is there anything you want me to help you with so you can get the project done without rushing? Research tells us there's a gap between an ADHD child's ability and consistent performance. This means they may struggle at times to remember things, while other times they remember just fine. They're consistently inconsistent. So it's completely understandable why you would get frustrated with your child or teen who seems to be able to do a task one day, but then can't the next. Remember, your child does have the ability. They can learn, they can store, and they can remember. They just may go about it differently, and that's okay. Teach them the skills and provide opportunities to practice those skills to grow their brain muscle. If you're having difficulty finding ways to help your ADHD child or teen with their memory, consider finding a therapist who specializes in ADHD. If you found this helpful, please be sure to like so I know that you're interested in hearing more about ADHD. Share to help spread the important information to families so they can get the support they deserve. Subscribe to hear about future videos. And drop a comment below if you have any questions that I may answer in future videos. This video is not intended for legal advice, nor should it be used to replace mental health therapy. Also, I'm not a medical professional, so please seek the services of those should you need them. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, remember to breathe and enjoy this roller coaster ride of life that we call parenting.